Hello, I'm Shane,
And I'm Kyle.
and we're late for band practice, which I don't have the thing set up here. But I don't have the thing set up here. Hang on, there.
This is 4th episode. You'd think by 4 episodes you'd understand. We need a new producer. This is embarrassing.
We gotta do it again. We gotta do it again.
All right.
Hi, I'm Shane,
And I'm Kyle.
and we're late for band practice. Fucking thing. What is going on? Why is this not okay?
All right. Unbelievable, dude. We'll get it one day. We'll get it one day. Today's not that day, but one day we'll get it.
Well, it's weird because it says preview and live, and you'd think you just hit it, and it's also play, but it's not. You got to hit the play button after selecting live. So
who knows?
Fucking. Otherwise, it is what it is.
Hey, do you think you're gonna die of cancer?
What? Why?
I was just thinking of that because what do they say? It's like 1 in 3.
1 in 3. I mean, well, you're gonna die of some sort of cancer.
Yeah, because like my biological dad had cancer, so. But then, like, I think of like our group of friends, right? There's like 5 to 6. I'm talking about like the band, right?
Right.
In all iterations of the band, there's like 7 members total?
Yeah.
8 members total that have been within the bands. 1 in 3. That's almost 9. That means almost 2. Wait, that means almost 3. Maybe I'm terrible at math. That means 3 of us.
3, yeah, most likely. Yeah,
Wow.
well, considering my genetic makeup, I'm most assuredly gonna die from some sort of cancer. Considering my grandfather, my grandmother, my other grandmother, just it's all in my family. So at some point, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something.
Where now, if you could choose one place to get it, where would you want it?
Oh man, the taint. Can I get it in the taint?
Taint's a good spot. Just for the story. It's like, what happened? He had cancer. Oh, it's so sad. Taint cancer. Yeah.
Like, what's the scientific name for taint cancer?
I think it's called the perineum.
The perennial. So perennial, it would be perennial cancer.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's an actual thing.
Ask ChatGPT. I'm sure they'll know. Hey, do you think? Well, I know Google's making AI, of course. But you know how I feel like ChatGPT is becoming the new placeholder for Google, right? When you say just ChatGPT it, people don't really say they'll Google it anymore. You know? Just chat. Do you think
ask ChatGPT?
Ask ChatGPT. What does GPT stand for? General.
You know what? Let's ask ChatGPT.
Yeah. General practicer of text.
General practicer of taint.
And this is why the machines are going to win, because ChatGPT.
We just use things without even knowing what they mean. But did we ever question Google? When Google came out, it's a weird, funny, silly name, but we're just like,
that's true. I never really thought about Google. What does that even mean? Google, does it mean to look like you're Googling something with your googly eyes?
I guess.
Yeah. Interesting. What have you been doing since the last time I talked to you?
Well, we went and saw The Weeknd, as we talked about a couple of weeks ago.
Did you get sexually assaulted?
No.
Oh, well, too bad.
We were really far away.
That's good. Yeah.
But dude, I will have to say, that was probably the craziest show I have ever been to in my entire life.
Wow, like production-wise?
Yeah, production-wise, like Abel sounded amazing. Like he's such a good fucking singer, dude. He's so good. Just like the way he runs and the way he he can just breathe songs. It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, he's so talented.
Yeah, and I'll show you like a little preview, because this isn't exactly what the live show was for us, because it's a little slightly different, but Like, and obviously this is at the one that we saw was at Nissan Stadium.
Yeah.
And so just imagine I don't even know how big this screen is, but it took like almost like a quarter of the football field. It was ginormous, this screen. And so do you hear all the screams?
Yeah.
I have never been in a show where the pitch of the entire crowd was just it was more deafening than the music. Like, and the music was extremely loud.
Yeah. It's like it's so loud that you feel the inside of your ear vibrating. It's like, right?
Dude, yeah. And so let me get to this. So this part, it was slightly different than ours. But like,
whoa.
Yeah, dude, it's oh, god damn it. Fucking ads, I swear to God.
Life, so it feels like you're in it,
so
right?
you feel like there's this giant being behind him, and when the being like hits the glass, you can feel it. Like,
because of boom, the subs.
Yeah, the subs and everything.
Wow.
And like it was crazy. Like, look, like this fucking they had the walkway like this.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Look at that, dude.
That's so huge. God, like what an undertaking every night to have to set that up.
Yeah, again, it was slightly different. We didn't have this whatever the heck this thing is.
Like castle thing.
Like this castle, but it was this giant statue in the middle of the stadium.
Wow.
But dude, it was it was crazy.
He's kind of like a mini Michael.
I mean, dude, like that again, that show was the craziest show I've ever seen in my life, and like probably the best show that I will see in a long time. Like, we're gonna go see 9 Inch Nails.
Ooh, that's gonna be good though. They're really known for their production.
Yeah. Before this, it was 9 Inch Nails, which was the craziest show that I had been to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is it like anything that you can think of to put in a show besides like a moving stage.
Yeah.
That was in it. You had fire. You had fireworks. You had lasers. You had blazers.
Elephants.
Like, they might as well the only thing they didn't have was a moving stage and like animals. Like, just like roaring lions.
That's so cool.
Dude, it was so, and yeah, is exactly my thought was like, how much cost-wise does it take to put on this kind of show?
Which you would think about that, like, obviously so much. Just think of everything. I don't think people realize. Okay, so for something that big, the crew that is needed to set that up day by day is massive. The amount of semi trucks that it's taken to to carry that across town. So think about that. You've got gas for each one of those semi trucks. You have drivers for each one of those semi trucks. You have crew that sets that up. You have to house that crew, feed that crew, get plane tickets for that crew. It's such a massive undertaking to do that. The amount of money they probably spend daily is
it has to be
astronomical.
Like, it has to be
millions.
Like, it have to have been like that particular show in Nashville. It had to have been at like upwards of $500,000.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. And then you think about this: The Weeknd's not going out for free, so he's like the amount of tickets that he sells make sense to have a show that big. He's not going to go out and lose money. He's not. That's not what part of in his career he is. He's not losing money. He doesn't have to go out, otherwise he wouldn't. If it didn't make like financial sense. So the amount of money that tour must bring in, and to be able to put on a show like that is crazy.
Yeah, and so like and Ash actually gave me the idea earlier today because we were just talking about this concert all week, and like she said, on the podcast, you and Kyle should talk about y'all's like concert experiences, growing up. I was like, that's a great idea. And so I think we should talk about that because my first concert experience was with you and your dad.
Fuck yeah.
It was Slipknot, Mudvayne, and 1 Minute Silence.
That was your first concert ever?
That was my first like real concert.
Whoa. Wow, that's a good first concert.
Like growing up, obviously it was around my dad's concert, so like it's not technically my first concert was obviously my dad's, like as an infant, you know, but like, and I'm sure as an infant my parents took me to a show here and there, but the concert that I consciously was like, I'm gonna go to this concert. It was Slipknot, Mudvayne, and 1 Minute Silence with you and your dad. We went to House of Blues.
Yeah, and Johnny was there.
And Johnny, yeah.
That was crazy. You know what's funny? When I think about that concert, I think it was one of those situations where my young brain was so excited. I like had an out of body experience. I could not wait to see Slipknot. It was like the high, like they had. I think we went. It must have been like the year 2000. Went.
It was. Yeah, it must have been like it or 99. It was 2000.
They had just come out.
Yeah,
like they were still touring their first record. They didn't even have their second record yet.
Right.
Like back when they were like prime. Oh my God. I was so excited to see that show. If I close my eyes and I think about that show, I have one flash bulb memory of it's a still picture of Slipknot. And then I remember Mudvayne set, a lot of Mudvayne set, but I don't remember anything else about the show except for the guy jumping over our heads.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forget. Yeah. One of the percussionists and Clown, like I remember during like, I forget which song it was, but towards the tail end of the show where it was a darker part of the show where they're just kind of like vamping, whatever.
Yeah.
I just saw Clown like put his hand in his pants and start jerking off.
Dude, they were so crazy. They were so crazy back then. Well, they were young, young and just like.
Have you seen the video of them rehearsing without their masks back? Yeah. It's an old video. Back
when they were young.
Dude.
Which at the time, you know what's, if you really think about this, how crazy this is, like they filmed that before YouTube and like the internet existed. So in their minds, like, oh, this is safe. No one will ever see this. But now, like, obviously, because the internet exists, we can see it. And they had no intention of doing it. It feels weird to see that. It almost feels like I shouldn't be seeing this because of the whole like Slipknot lore. Yes, everyone knows what they look like now, but to see them back then when they were as big as they were and anonymous still, but being able to see that, it feels weird. I was like, whoa.
Dude, like how crazy is that? Like we probably will never experience like that again. Like
no.
What the masked bands that are out now, I'm sure with some enough digging, you can find out who the band members are at this point.
Yeah.
Like what? Like Sleep Token. Like
yeah, you could figure it out.
You could figure it out immediately because you know that even though their whole shtick is like mysteriousness.
I know. Yeah.
You know, but
well, you know, actually, there's a K-pop artist that my buddy Sammy is on tour right now, doing some lighting stuff, and he was telling me about her. People just know her voice, and when she performs in a box, like they wheel a box out onto the stage, and she sings in a box, and they have like images, But when she shows up to venues, the car drives up to the dressing room, and they have the black curtain piping. And then, so the door opens, and she goes straight into the dressing room, and the door shuts. Apparently, no one's ever seen her except her team. Like, nobody.
My God!
And then they wheel her out in a box on the stage. She sings. They wheel her back into the dressing room. The car pulls up. She gets in it and goes. So, like, maybe it's possible. It's probably just way harder now.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
Like, to wheel yourself in a box.
I better be a comfortable box.
But even then, man, like, I think the harder that you hold on tight, the more that people are going to try to peer in. Like, she's going to have a good run if she's doing really well. But I don't know. It's only a matter of time.
I know. Yeah, dude. Do you remember anything about that show, that Slipknot show, or were you too excited too?
Well, I do remember. I do remember 1 Minute Silence. My God,
good.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
My God, it's good to see you.
Another day, another dollar. I'll never forget that.
Because he came out with a fucking megaphone, and it's just screaming into the crowd. My God, it's good to see you. Another day, another dollar.
I was like, what? All right, man. But I think you can agree, and Johnny would agree, because we didn't know who Mudvayne was.
No.
And
no, we did kind of.
I
oh wait, no, we didn't. No, we did not. You're right. You're absolutely. It was the first time we ever saw Mudvayne. You're right.
And they came out and they opened with Dig, and it was like, we were like, oh, our little teenage minds. And then because Rhino on the bass, of course, is like the best bass. It was like the best. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. I've never seen a bass player like that in my life.
Yeah, you're absolutely. I totally forgot that was the first time we ever saw or heard of Mudvayne was live, and we're just sitting there, just like trying to download this information that's screaming at us, literally.
They were so good.
They were so good. And then I remember listening to, okay, so this is during the TiVo days. Okay, this is before. God. This is during the TiVo days, and then TiVo had thousands of channels, right? And of those thousands of channels, there was radio basically, but it was just different kinds of. It was sort of like Sirius Radio before Sirius Radio was a thing.
Yeah.
Or was Sirius Radio a thing before TiVo? I can't remember, but it was basically radio. So one of the channels I would put on was the metal channel. And it was about like a month or two after we had saw Mudvayne, and I'm listening to the radio just doing whatever, and all of a sudden Dig comes on.
Oh yeah.
And I recognize it. I recognize the song because I haven't heard the song in its like true form yet, besides live. Yeah. And the song is on. It's like, oh my God, it's the one band.
See, that's how exciting it was. Because it's like, all right, okay, we went to the show. We know who Slipknot is because we bought the record. That's the only way we knew. Like
right.
But Mudvayne, it's like, okay, you see this band, you love them, and then you go home. It's not like there was no. We couldn't go online and be like, Mudvayne, let's search for Mudvayne. It was like, I guess we'll just maybe see them again sometime. We have no idea. And then the fact that you heard it on the radio, you're like, oh shit, this is it. It's like, man, it's just not the. Man, I miss the novelty of stuff like that.
Yeah. That was the coolest. That was the coolest thing. For those who are unfamiliar who Mudvayne is,
get a life.
Like, understand something. I want everyone to understand what Mudvayne, like not even early 2000s, like the year 2000.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, I'm gonna share this. Hang on.
Yeah, let these fools know, dude.
I mean, just.
Well, look at that. Dude, maybe it's because it's nostalgia, but that's still so cool. Like,
yeah, dude. Like the amount of time and effort they put into their look, man.
Yeah.
Like,
it's scary. Look at that.
Dude. Like the silver paint. The guitar player would put corn chips on his face.
I know. Or those bugles or whatever they were. Yeah. Dude, think of how much time it took for them to get ready every show.
It had to take upwards of an hour at the very least.
For sure.
Yeah. So I actually thought this would be funny too. 1 minute silence at the House of Blues, Chicago, Illinois.
Hell yeah. Dude, I don't even know, like, are they still doing it? I never hear anything from them. My God, it's good to see you. From what I remember, they were pretty, like, good, like, live as a band. Remember when Mudvayne went to the Grammys and they all put, like, bullet hole makeup in their foreheads and they wore suits?
Say again.
When Mudvayne went to the Grammys, I guess they were nominated for a Grammy, and they all wear those really nice suits, but then they all had bullet holes of blood dripping down their face. I was like, that's so awesome.
Mudvayne Grammy Awards. Let's look at this thing right here. Oh, they did that. What was the second time? Hang on.
The second time, yeah. I can't see your screen, by the way. BTW.
You can't see it?
No. I think because you're sharing this screen and you have to share a different screen. Now I can see it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, yeah, and they went as aliens at one time, too, in the red.
Yeah, they went as alien. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah. That's so awesome.
That's so funny. I mean, because, dude, like, the tude that we had back then.
I know. They were so good. Oh, I went to a concert this week. Not as exciting as yours.
Oh?
Have you ever been to a concert alone?
No, I've not. I've not been to a concert alone.
I've been to a few because nobody likes the music I like. I went to go see a band in Pomona, California called Boundaries. And if you're, dude, they're a hardcore band from Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut. It was terrifying. Yeah, dude, I don't understand because I'm 40, I'm out there, I'm watching these shows.
You've seen a few things.
You've seen a few things. You would think I was like, okay, there'll probably be like a lot of like younger kids there, right? I'll probably be one of the oldest dudes there. There was a lot of older people there, and they're a newer band, so I don't understand like why old people want to go to the show. But these old people were moshing so hard. I was like, I guess mosh is life, but geez, man, like, you got work in the morning.
I know, dude.
Relax, Bradley. You're gonna slip a disc, man. What are you gonna call in work because you punched a 12-year-old in the face at a hardcore show?
Maybe that's the reason. It's like it's the last remaining venue where you can actually just beat up teenagers and not get in trouble.
Oh my God, it was crazy. It was so good though. If you don't know who Boundaries is, people listening, they're a fantastic band. Their last record is. Yeah, have you ever had one of those moments where maybe you're going through something in life, or there's like a specific record that perfectly encapsulates a perfect time in your life, no matter what it is? Like I have a couple of those where it's just like the vibe of the record, the lyrical content, where you were, like what you liked musically was just perfect. Like it was like, and you just listen to it over and over and over and over and over. This was one of those records. It came out like in 2024, and I was going through some stuff, and it was just like every single emotion this band had sung about, expressed in the way their music was. I was like, did you guys write this for me? Like, hello? Am I schizophrenic? Records. Yeah, like what's happening? It was so good. Oh my God, it was a great show. Anyways, went by myself, and because I'm a loser, and I got some tacos, and then I went home.
A record like that for me was there's a couple records like that for me, like the first Glassjaw record.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
like best breakup record ever.
Everything you ever wanted to know about silence.
Dude, it's so good.
Siberian Kiss, baby.
Siberian Kiss. Dude, it still slaps, man. Speaking of older bands, you know what I was listening to today? Some fucking Limp Bizkit, dude. Limp Bizkit.
Say what you want. They are the king of heavy grooves, besides Pantera, I guess.
Dude, and even their newer record that came out,
good.
I guess, like 3 years ago. Dude, it's really good.
It's good.
It's so good.
It's good.
That first track.
I know.
When you're like, oh, that's the classic Wes Borland riff, dude. Oh, man. I think Wes Borland, it doesn't get talked about enough as a guitar player. Like, yeah, he's not fucking shredding like, like some of these metalcore guys are doing, like awesome little solos, but the ingenuity that Wes Borland encapsulates in his music is otherworldly.
He's a true artist in the sense of like, but he is, instead of, well, he does use a paintbrush because he is also an artist, but his paintbrush is also a guitar. Like he's kind of like Tom Morello. Like there's like special people that approach the guitar differently, and they kind of break all the rules, and they don't really care. I remember, that's so funny you say that, because I remember reading an interview about him, and they were talking in Guitar World magazine back like when Limp Bizkit was on their second record, when they were just like at the height of their fame. And he was saying, this kind of blew my mind. He was like, they're asking him guitar questions about stuff. He's like, I don't even think I'm good at guitar. I don't even really consider myself like a guitarist. I just kind of go up there. He's like, I'm actually really self-conscious when it comes to guitar. I'm more of like a painter. Like that's kind of where I think I'm good. And I'm like, you're crazy, dude. Cause but
those are the best artists.
I know.
Those are the people that just don't know they're good.
Yeah.
They're just the best. Like, yeah. So I was listening.
Yeah.
I was just jamming. And
So
here's the
good.
other thing. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this to all the new metal kids out there. Listen here. Okay? And I want you to understand. If you are under the age of 25, you know what? If you're under the age of 40, if you're in your 20s and now getting into metal and getting all these new TikTok bands, which they're all incredible and screaming and the science of screaming and everything like that, and the bleh and everything like that, I defy you to tell me that Fred Durst does not have one of the best screams that has ever existed.
Back in the day, dude, he totally does. Him, and Corey from Slipknot's an unbelievable. Chino from Deftones has got so many different types of screams, which, by the way, next week on the 22nd is a new Deftones record.
Ooh, that's right. That's right. Dude, Chino lost a lot of weight.
He's looking great, man.
He's looking fantastic. I'm loving these resurgence of bands where, like they're actually like cleaning up their act and then they stop drinking and like,
they're old now and they're like, wow, man, I feel like shit all the time. Maybe, and I'm old and I want to continue touring. Maybe I should stop treating myself like an asshole. Yeah.
Like a literal asshole.
Yeah, Steph, the guitar player from Deftones, lost a lot of weight too. He's looking good.
Yeah. I wonder if it's I don't want to say that they're not working hard because I don't know their workout regimen, but I find it slightly suspicious that all these people are losing weight just really quickly.
Right.
After the popularity of GLP-1s.
The Zemps.
The good old Zemps.
The Zempies. Well, there's that, and then there's also information has never been more readily available if you want to learn something or make a change. It's like it's all there.
And there's so many different ways to, take care of yourself. You don't have to go cold turkey but I guess if you have an addictive personality, you probably should stop drinking. But, if you have a beer, you just calculate that into your calorie intake or your workout the next day.
Yeah, exactly. And if you have 6, then maybe go talk to someone about it. And that's okay too.
Yeah, it's fine. And if you want to snort, if you want to snort some coke, I mean, it's just one or 2 lines is fine.
Could you imagine putting that in your MyFitnessPal? 6 lines of cocaine. What is that? 60 calories? All right, great. Yeah, we're good.
You should put that in your workout regimen. Yeah. It's just at the very bottom, or like put it like somewhere towards the bottom middle of your plan. And
under snacks. You can either have 2 rice cakes or 1 line of cocaine. Your choice.
Wait. What was that last one? Oh, the rice cakes?
Yeah, rice cakes.
No.
What are you talking about? I'm a dealer.
You do have a supplement company.
I do.
So you just need to put something else. Tell us about your supplement company. Let's talk about Kyle's supplement company, which he still has yet to send me.
Sorry. Green Session. So basically, me and a client who is more like family to me now, we're in the middle of a training session, and he is a big fan of cannabis. And I posed the question. I said, hey, man, you like to take like a gummy before you come work out or whatever. Do you think they make fitness supplements that are microdosed with THC? And he said, I don't know. Let's do some research. And we did, and no one is. And so we said, well, now we are. So we have made the world's first creatine gummy microdosed with THC that is totally legal in 46 states. It's direct to your door at greensession.com. Each gummy gives you 2.5 grams of creatine and 2.5 milligrams of THC. And you may be saying to yourself, Kyle, how is THC legal? Well, under the 2018 Farm Bill Act signed into by Obama, if the THC comes from the hemp plant, the full spectrum of the plant, it is deemed legal. If it comes from the flower portion of the plant, it is deemed Schedule 1, which is stupid because it's the same compound. It's just
it's literally the same plant.
It's just how it's put on paper. It's like, oh, this came from hemp or this came from the flower. Ours comes from hemp, therefore 'tis league.
There you go. There
it is. For all your
I gotta say, man, like I started using creatine like just I don't know, maybe half a year ago, and I've seen some huge improvement in just my muscles. Like my veins are sticking out more. Like I'm like, whoa, I've never seen just at rest, my veins are sticking out, and I'm like, oh man, look at me.
And mentally, it's really great for your brain.
It's good for your fucking brain. So
every cell in your let's do a little blast from the past biology. Ready?
Ready.
Remember learning about the cell?
I do remember learning about the cell. Yes.
What is the powerhouse of the cell?
The nucleus.
No. That is incorrect, Shane. It starts
mitochondria.
There it is. So mitochondria, remember they make ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Those are like little battery cells for your cells to work.
Yes.
Well, guess what the precursor to making more ATP is?
Creatine.
Exactly. So if you take creatine, you get creatine from food, but if you have an abundance of creatine, now you have an abundance of the raw materials to make more ATP in real time. Therefore, your cells have more energy, i.e. your brain cells, your muscle cells, your heart cells, all your cells, skin cells, all the cells, sperm cells.
It's basically body food.
It's body food. Dude, that'd be a cool death metal. We're body food. We're body food. Like
special thanks to the opening act, Murder Gullet.
Murder Gullet, yeah. This song's about mitochondria. Oh,
and it's all just science based.
Yeah.
And then the singer reveals himself, and it's Neil deGrasse Tyson.
It's Bill Nye the Science Guy on bass. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh man,
dude, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Anyone heard from him, or did they finally?
Oh, he's around. He has his own podcast with another science dude, and it's really entertaining. And because that's what I like about Neil deGrasse Tyson. It makes he's a lot like he's our version of Bill Nye, where he makes science like fun and interesting, and he breaks it down to a level where you can understand it and you go, oh, that's what space is. Oh, space.
He's so smart. Speaking of space, we meant to talk about this last podcast, but do you did you read about I think it's called like T97 whatever blah blah.
Talking about the comet that's heading our way. That's actually not a comet, but it's a UFO spaceship.
Well, they're saying since the dawn of the technology of being able to track what's in space and the size of things, this is the biggest thing and the thing that is moving the fastest. It's moving, I forgot how, like 150,000 light years a second, something crazy like that. But it's 7 miles wide.
That's ginormous.
That is so big. That's a city. A city traveling towards you. Like downtown Nashville is
traveling towards you.
Yeah, at an insane rate. So, wow, if that hit Earth, do we just go bye-bye? Or is Earth so big that wouldn't matter? I just imagine Earth would just get cut in half.
I mean, kind of. Man, it is kind of crazy. Oh, now we're really getting into it. I think I'm too sober for this conversation. Yeah. Like we're so tiny.
We'll take green session.
I would if you sent them to me. Damn it!
I will. I keep forgetting. I'll send you a whole bag.
Please do. But yeah, we're just it's so easy for us to get us little small human brains that we think our life is everything, but we just forget that, I don't know, there was 65 billion years before us. And so we're like, what would happen if a comet hit Earth? Like, well, it's actually happened several times.
Lots of times. Yeah. Lots of times. You ever heard of the dinosaurs?
But imagine though, could you imagine if you the news come on? Well, news comes on every day, but you put on YouTube and all of a sudden breaking news, comet coming towards Earth. We can't stop it.
Yeah, deal with it. Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, do you remember hearing like what happened to Jim Carrey? Right when he was in Hawaii. Remember, it was like a bunch of years back. Hawaii accidentally sent. It was supposed to be like a test of the system, and it accidentally sent out the nuclear warning test, and they forgot to tell everyone on the island that it was just a test. So Jim Carrey was on vacation with his family, and he was sitting on the beach when he got it, and it said, "Take cover now, nuclear warheads are on their way," or whatever, like, those like alerts to your iPhone. And he said he just was like, all right, I guess here we go. And he said he felt at such peace because there was nothing he could do. So he said he put his phone down and just kind of looked at the waves and just waited until they got the notification like, oh my God, this was a test. We're so sorry. But could you imagine the panic, especially on a small island like Hawaii? You're not going anywhere.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wonder if you'd actually be somewhat... No, you're just dead. The tidal waves would be too big. I was just trying to get, if it landed in this area, it's like, no, the amount of the amount of tidal wave would be too, it would just engulf everybody.
It's over.
You're done. I was just thinking, like, what if you were in a submarine though?
Maybe that's the only way to survive a nuclear blast, huh?
Well, if you're in a submarine, like, and the blast is far enough away that the waves wouldn't. But then again, I'm not a submariner, so maybe the waves in underneath the water would destroy the submarine because the force would be too great.
Well, I'm just saying, what if nuclear warheads were coming to land and you just happened to be in the Navy and you were underwater and you had no idea, and you pop up and you're like, where did everything go?
And why does my skin itch?
Yeah. Ow. That would be a cool movie.
Yeah,
the survivors of who just happened to be underwater doing a submarine mission, and then nuclear.
And it should be called The Last Submariner.
Oh my God, The Last Seaman.
Speaking of submariners, I watched. There's this really cool. I talked about this on my live stream yesterday, but there's this really cool 50th anniversary of the movie Jaws on.
Oh, that's cool. Won't see it
on on Hulu.
Yeah.
And it's just about like the entire backstory of making that iconic movie and how awful it was for Steven Spielberg actually creating it. The shark kept on breaking down. They were so over budget because of all this other stuff. You had actors fighting, like all the like the Richard Dreyfuss and that other English actor who played the captain, that guy.
Yeah.
They hated each other on set. They would, yeah. So like that tension that you could feel in the movie was real.
Oh wow.
Like it was real. And I remember one of the parts of it was the English actor that does that monologue in the cabin when they're all sitting down and they're talking about the USS Indianapolis, which is a true story, where they were delivering parts they were delivering the atomic bomb. The Japanese caught them, hit the ship. All the sailors got out of the ship, but now they're in the middle of the water, and like all of them get eaten up by sharks. And he's apparently a part of this. So he does this huge monologue, but before that take was day 2. Day 1, they're drinking in the scene. They're drinking, and the actor is a huge alcoholic in real life. But he was like, he told Steven, he's like, hey, because we're drinking, I want to get a little buzz in. I want to make it sound real. And Steven is still very new at directing, and so he's not entirely sure, how to play this. So he goes, yeah, you can go for it.
Yeah.
And fast forward, they have to actually take him, like he's completely passed out, and they actually had to like rowboat him to land. And so it's like he calls Steven in the middle of the night, and he goes, oh my God, I can't remember what happened. Did I embarrass you? Oh my God, I'm so sorry, but just give me another chance. I'll nail it tomorrow. And sure enough, the second day, first take, he did it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say but that story is like that, which is like, it's super interesting. I would take my chances on the submarine. I'm not jumping off the submarine into monster soup. That's all the ocean is just full of monsters. I'd rather be blown up by the nuclear warhead.
Yeah. I mean, but you don't know that. It's like, remember, this is during World War II. So, like, a lot of talk about sharks wasn't really well known. We didn't have Jaws back in the World War II. So you didn't have, that visual movie to reference when you're in the open water.
Oh my God, that's so scary. That is my worst nightmare.
Yeah. Dude, like in the actual documentaries about the USS Indianapolis is horrifying.
Dude, there's no worse way to die.
Yeah, because there's several sharks, not just one. There's like an entire sea of sharks, literally, like grabbing and like you're floating in land next to your buddies that you're going to war with, and then all of a sudden you look to your right and they're gone. Like you just see, and all of a sudden the water is red, but and it's dark, but you can smell the blood in the air and the smoke and the sulfur.
I would just kill myself.
I'm sure some of them did.
I would pull my pistol out and I would shoot myself. Because think about this, like getting bit by a shark, ouch. Salt in the wound, double ouch. Oh, now I'm drowning? Cool. Like, this is terrible. That's the worst way.
That is the worst way to die.
I'd rather be eaten by a bear because at least, like, I'm breathing air, and there's no salt in my wound. Yeah, he's probably eating me ass first or whatever, taking my guts out as I'm alive and contemplating my choices of going backpacking for some reason. But at least I'm alive for a second.
What? Yeah, that's probably the worst way to die. Like, just drowning in general is pretty much the worst way to go. I think. Either that or being
burned alive would suck.
Burned alive would suck. Dude, being in an airplane crash, that would be pretty terrifying. Because it's not gonna especially if it's one where you're just going down.
Straight down, yeah.
And you gotta go about good 30 seconds.
At least it'll be over, though.
Yeah.
Unless you land in the water. And then now you got to get eaten by sharks.
Now that would be the worst way to die.
Fuck, man.
That's got to have happened at least once, especially during World War II.
Oh, yeah.
Anywho, do we have any other concert memories?
So many, dude.
What was that concert, that outside concert we used to go to all the time? Was where we saw System of a Down, Static X. It was outside. It was at the UNLV. Was it UNLV Stadium that we saw?
Oh, the Thomas and Mack Center.
Yes, Thomas and Mack. Yes.
It was called the Pledge of Allegiance Tour, and it was like right after 9/11, and they probably were like, "Whoops." But it was like Slipknot, System of a Down, Rammstein.
Yes.
Static X. Yeah. God, there were so many. That was a crazy show. That's when Slipknot was touring Iowa. And Joey had the big like drum riser that would come out and it had the pentagram and it would spin around.
I remember that. Dude,
yeah.
That's so cool.
That was so cool. Yeah, my first concert was Metallica at the Cashman Field. Yeah. With Days of the New.
Who?
Remember them? They sang that song. The shelf in the room has been turned down. I don't remember the rest of it, but
they were that not Creed?
I know, right? No, it was before Creed. They were like an acoustic band or something. And then Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains had his own side project that was there too.
Dude, what was that like seeing Metallica?
That was crazy too, because that was my first concert experience ever. And again, same thing. I can't really remember what I saw. I have a flashbulb memory. This is when they were touring Load, the Load record. So, there's some choice moments and songs there but they still played the classics, right? Red Lightning, all this stuff. But it was the first time I ever saw a real life breathing woman's boobs.
How old were you?
I don't know. Was it 12, 13, something like that?
Yeah. There you go. You gotta learn sometime.
That was fun. Yeah, well, I learned. I learned a lot that day.
Dude, you know what's funny is I got into Metallica because of you, but the first Metallica record that you gave me, do you remember? This was a gift from you. You gave me Load. Do you remember that?
Yeah, why would I do that?
Because it was their newer record. And so I've never listened to Metallica before, and so I listened to it, and the first song that popped on was
Hey, my bitch!
Oh my god, what a song to introduce to Metallica.
Wow, that's funny. I totally forgot about that. Why would I do that? Why wouldn't I get you a better record? It's almost like I wanted you to not have a good time.
You know what? Hey, I actually listened to Load, now that I'm older and wiser, I understand it now. And like
there's
I appreciate it a lot more than I did when, I was a young angsty teenager and loved the old And Justice for All record, which is still their best record, but
oh my god, it's so good. Well, I mean, listen, King Nothing is great until it sleeps.
King Nothing.
Yeah, Until It Sleeps is such a good song.
Ooh, good song.
Bleeding Me is a good song. So there's some good stuff on there.
On the Load record, my favorite song was Waste My Hate.
Oh, such a good song.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. So
We should do an entire episode on Metallica.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should.
Yeah, that was first concert ever. It was wild.
like Metallica's been on my For You page for a little bit because I was searching. Dude, and Lars has lost a lot of weight too. Like
he has.
He looks like he's having the time of his life. He's messing up all over the place, and no one gives a shit.
Let me ask you a question as a drummer. Now, it's not technically your job to play drums, but you do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
are you saying me as in Shane or
Shane?
Okay, yeah.
You play every day. You stream live. You play. You improvise on the spot.
Well, twice a week now, but yeah, I used to play every day. Yeah.
Okay, great. Twice a week.
Yeah, sure.
Now, you've done that forever, and you continue to get better at drums. Because why? Because you play them. Now, Lars has been playing drums in Metallica for 30 plus years now, and he does play every night, if not every other night. Now, why is he getting worse? Is the question I have. Because he never was really like great, but in that not greatness, it's what kind of gave Metallica their sound, just like the real steady like backbeat, that he can do really well. But it's getting worse, and I don't understand how you can be.
Well, he's getting worse because he's now 60-something years old. Like he's almost 70 at this point, but he's still animated as he's playing.
I know,
which is nuts to me because like he's so like he's 20 years older than us at the very least.
Oh, more than that for sure.
But it's just he just doesn't practice. Like I don't think he's ever practiced really. I think he's just going in there and just playing, like and just going by memory. But obviously that's not working great. But like I don't know, man. Like technically speaking, you're absolutely right. Like why is he not like in the zone at the very least if he's playing every other day? And maybe it's because he's just not naturally gifted at the drums. But I got to tell you, that Injustice for All record, there's a lot of really cool written drum parts in that record.
Oh yeah.
And
probably
and some that I can't even play to this day, where I'm just like, wow, how did he do that?
That might have been the peak of his ability.
Yeah. And I think you can tell it's like, okay, that's where he kind of was zoned in on the instrument. I feel like he actually took time and effort to get better at this craft, and then it kind of just died down from there.
Hey, and no hate to him whatsoever. He's more successful than at music than I ever have been or will ever be. You know what I mean? Like
I've always said that he's an example he's a safe example for you to always look at if you're ever feeling bad about yourself in a technical aspect.
Right.
And you need those people because like you look at a guy like L.S. Tapario. as a drummer, or find a guitar player, which there's thousands of guitar players out there that are just so stupid good. Steve Vai comes to mind, or like John Petrucci, which is still one of my favorite things. He's like,
of course,
that meme, that old YouTube meme where he's like, so yeah, I'm awesome, and you're never gonna be able to play that, so you should just kill yourself. Still one of my favorite YouTube things ever.
So like, that's so funny, dude. So actually, these are special titanium strings because I play so fast that I melt other strings. It's not a big deal.
But what I was saying is, like, you need those. When it's true that you can be too good. Meaning,
for sure.
Meaning that you're gonna you have a possibility of being so good you would scare away people who would even attempt that instrument.
Well, here's a perfect example. You just said Steve Vai, right? People who don't even play guitar kind of know that name. He's so good and so technical, but like, it's unlistenable. Like no one listens to Steve Vai records. No one goes like, what record do I want to listen to Steve Vai? Because it's just technical prowess at like its highest level, and he's like a guitar player's guitar player.
Yeah.
Like, not even the average guitar player wants to listen to that. It's like these like Berkeley super spectrum. You gotta be in a spectrum. So I said you gotta be autistic to like Steve Vai, and that's fine. And that's totally fine. But then when you dial it back, and I think Lars lives in this perfect realm of listenable, and he has his own sound. With people hate on Lars so much. If it wasn't for Lars, number one, there wouldn't be a Metallica. He's the one who put the ad in the paper to find someone.
Fair
and
point.
Then also he kind of drove the band forever and probably still does. But he is, if you were to put any other drummer in there, Metallica doesn't sound like Metallica. He's part of the sound, just like Kirk is part of the sound, just like James obviously is part of the sound.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. And he is a part of the biggest metal band that has ever existed. And
which is crazy.
And he's arguably the worst technical drummer that's
in metal
right now. And you can make the argument that the girl from White Stripes is better.
Hey,
you can make
and
the
you might,
argument.
and you
she
might
can at
win
least
that
hold
argument.
a beat. She can at least hold a beat and tempo. But still, like, he's accessible. Like, when you watch him, I have inspired. I've always been inspired by Lars. Not just, I mean, for the technical aspect, sure, like whatever. That's not why. Although that was the first time I ever heard double kick before. I will say that.
Yeah.
But the way that he plays is magnetic, meaning that you watch him and the charisma that he's exuding is fun. And you're like, yes, this is what drums are supposed to be about. This is what this instrument is all about. It's about you just getting behind the kit and just banging on fucking the things that are in front of you.
Making noise, yeah.
Making noise. And
as it's hard to be a showman as a drummer because you're in the back.
Yeah, and still to this day, he's again 67, however old he is, and he's still standing up and just like, looking at the crowd and getting up and walking around and like just getting the crowd, into it. And like, it's just it's Lars. Lars is his own dude, and like, yeah, you can hate on him all you want, but that dude laid a mark. He laid a mark. What have you done? Like, what have you done in your life?
Nothing.
Like, so, hate on him. Like, yeah, he'll mess up and the band will literally stop because he's fucking up so bad.
He's like, Larry.
And they're like, we got to do this again?
Yeah, like, seriously? And you made a really good point. I never thought about it that way. He's accessible. So like a kid, because there's a new kid that discovers Metallica every day. And there always will be. Some 13-year-old discovers Metallica. And when they listen to Lars, they probably go, oh, I can do that. Like, he's in the biggest band in the world. I could do that. Well, I'm going to try it. He's probably like he's like the gateway drug of drummer for drummers. Yeah.
Exactly right. Like, if he can do it, so can I.
Yeah. And then you get deep into the port noise and the
now,
whatever.
As the person on the opposite side of the subject, if someone looked at me and said, if you could do it, so can I, I'd kind of like go, that's a little rude. That's
Now, see what you did there is insulting. Okay. Oh, I can do that. I can play video game music. Like, listen up here, you little
Listen
bastard.
here. But yeah, like I see it all the time on Instagram. It's on my feed. What's else has been on my feed lately, dude? Okay, there's a couple things on my feed lately.
Okay.
Number one is this Kendra girl. Have you heard about this? This Kendra girl fell in love with her psychiatrist and made like an 80-part series.
No, but I'm so interested. I'm so curious about that.
So
let me talk to my phone real quick. Kendra girl psychiatrist, and now I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. So she's fallen in love with this kind of psychiatrist, does this whole huge 80-part series. And the first parts of the series, you're kind of with her and being like, you feel, bad for her because, you have the psychiatrist that knows how to get in people's minds and knows how to take advantage of people if they really wanted to. And so that's what she's saying. But as she's going on, more and more like actual psychiatrists are like breaking down her story, and her story starts to change a little bit. And then she's like in her parts, she's like, she doxes her psychiatrist. And here's the thing about psychiatry is that you cannot respond.
Yeah.
Under HIPAA laws.
Yeah.
So she doxes him, and she goes, "It's an accident." And then she says, like, she said something like, "But if you want to DM me if you've done some investigation so we can like expose them," or something like that. And so I've gotten into that, like that whole YouTube, like that whole freaking thing where people responded to it. So I got sucked in. I got sucked into the drama on that one.
Has anyone proposed the idea that she's mentally ill in the first
she's
place because
definitely
she's seeing a psychiatrist? Yeah.
Right, of course. And that's why people, and then you have other like psychiatrists, therapists, like actively like kind of saying like, I'm not diagnosing her, but this is what it looks like to me, like that kind of stuff. And so honestly, I feel bad for her now, because now she's gotten, now you could say that she's, asked for herself, and she continues to put out these parts and continues to like respond to all this craziness that's gone on that she has caused, but apparently she hasn't. I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's been it's drama. It's internet stupid drama that I got sucked into. Yeah. And, I wish I didn't, but I did. So there was that. Also, body cam footage. Just of people, just all body cam footage of cops. Just pulling people over, being stupid. Fun. Like, it boggles my mind. It boggles my mind when you number one, you're drunk and you're driving. Number one, that's dumb. And number two, you're just, the people are so gone that they don't like compute, like they're talking to an officer. They've literally been pulled over, like, and they think they can talk their way out of it.
Slurring. Come on.
Or they just ran into something and they're like, why am I getting arrested?
Yeah.
What?
See, that would be the worst feeling, to like get drunk and then wake up in jail and be like, whoops.
Yeah.
I killed somebody. That happens all the time.
But what was the craziest one that I got into with the body cam footage is canine body cam footage. Meaning, like, obviously not a cam on the canine, but a cam on the cop who has the canine. Yeah. And dude,
they're like missiles, dude. They're literally meat missiles. They'll freaking.
And it's so like exhilarating because you have the canine officer that's like, March, God.
Yeah. And they just like,
dude, and they don't let go immediately.
No.
So,
oof.
I think that all cops should have a canine with them, because all you need to do is watch a few videos and you're like, you'll just ship up really, like, no. I'd rather get shot in the leg than get like my leg torn apart from a German Shepherd.
And they should add this caveat too. Every cop has a German Shepherd or one of those Belgian Malinois, and if they deploy the dog on you and you hurt the dog, the cop gets to shoot you to death immediately.
I'm with it, dude.
Yeah, you're not gonna hit a dog. You can hit the cop, but hit the cop because the cop's got weapons. But if you hit that dog, unload.
Dude, yeah, you're done. Like, hang on, I gotta do this. Like, body cam canine unit, like, I just gotta. My God, dude, 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 dude. Look at this.
I can't wait to see. Can you imagine the fear of a dog running at you full? Oh my God. Is the dog biting his ass?
I don't know what's going on here, but dude,
Yes.
what is happening?
They're about to bail. We're going into a property.
Hear the dog? Do you hear that? The dog is just primed and ready.
Dog's pumped. Holy shit, dude. Just climbing fences? Like, wow. Good dog.
Look at the cop.
Ah! Oh my God, that's his butt, dude.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
And so now the cop is like, okay, I gotta restrain him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh, fuck.
I'm laying on it. Ow! Ow!
Oh, that's a good dog. Okay, let go.
Dude, they won't let go immediately.
Wow. They're probably trained not to, obviously. Okay. Oh.
Dude, just don't fuck around and don't. Just don't fuck around.
Here's the deal. And some people will see that and be like, oh, like, there's no instance in life that you didn't make all of the choices and decisions that would lead to a dog biting your ass on the ground while a cop arrests you. That is 100% your fault. There's not a mistake there. Like, you deserve that. Like, that's not how life goes. You're not just like,
one day you're just like,
yeah, and a dog eats you. You made bad choices. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like this body cam footage where just like people are just, in the worst moments of their life. And I feel bad for them, but at the same time, it's hard to feel bad for them when they're literally like aggressively talking to the cops.
Well, yeah, dude. It's like,
even when they're just not like, like I saw one at an airport. At an airport. If there's any place where you have to behave the best you possibly can behave, it's at the fucking airport.
Yeah.
But I had this guy just sitting here. He was sitting down talking to the cops like, what are you going to do? What do you do about it? I didn't do anything wrong. What the fuck are you going to do? You want to fucking step up? And he's like, dude, he's got a gun.
Yeah.
He's got a
gun. Yeah. And a taser. And he's got other buddies that want to beat the shit out of you too. Was it the guy who, like, I think I saw this one. He refused to pay his, like, $130 tab.
Yeah, it was something like that.
And the cop was like, hey, man, did you pay this? He's like, what do you do? He's, like, drunk. He's like, and he stood up. He's like, I'm not gonna, what do you do about it? The guy's like, I'm gonna shoot you. Yeah. What do you mean? Dude, that's so crazy. My body cam footage, and this might be highly controversial. I don't think it is. And I think it's honestly should be televised. There's this group of guys. I don't know if they're fighters or just like tough guys, but they pose as 14-year-old boys and girls online, and they get predators to message them like all this sexual stuff and meet them up. And they meet them in public and they film it and they like corner the guy like in a Walmart. Actually, I saw two of them down here at Target by my house. Oh,
they do it in LA. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you had a front row seat.
Oh yeah. So they'll go up to the guy and they're like, hey, are you here to meet Jeremy? And the guy's forgetting. They're like, don't run. We won't cause a scene. Let's go outside. So they bring him outside. They're like, you have two options. We're either going to call the cops or you're going to let me and him slap the shit out of you. And then the guy's always like, yeah, don't call the cops. And they just start wailing on them.
Oh my God.
Just beating them. But not like punching, not like they're like slapping them like a bitch and be like, you like to meet little boys? Bam!
Oh.
And the guy's like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like so funny, dude. Oh man. I'm like,
I think that would be the like obviously that's like vigilante justice and whatever, but I think everyone's just kind of like, yeah.
No, and you look at the comments, and everyone's like, good for you, and then there's a couple people that are like, this is too much, let the cops handle it, and people are like, shut up.
Get him.
And the funny thing about it is, like, after they wail on them, then they call the cops anyways.
Yeah. We gave you a chance to do it yourself.
Yeah, dude.
And now you're still talking to the cops, but just with a broken nose and penis.
Isn't that funny how, like, you can be the most hardened criminal, you can be pretty much any walk of life, you can be wherever you want to stand politically or whatever religiously, but I think there's like if there was a Venn diagram, it's like children, animals, and old people and women
are off limits.
They're like right in the center. Everyone can kind of agree, like, yo.
Yeah, like cross-culturally too.
Yeah,
like,
isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's like, I guess innocence is like such a thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you think about it, it's like that's basically what life was always been about, is protecting our children. Like, even through evolutionary, like, caveman days, like, we must meaning we must protect our lineage.
It's just funny. It's just funny to me to think that there's like some guy in a prison cell that like beat a guy to death with a baseball bat because he didn't pay him enough money for like a drug thing, and then but a child predator will come in and he's like, oh hell no. It's like, whoa.
It's kind of crazy, like, you know, yeah. But so that's been on my feed. That has been on my feed. Like, do you want to listen? Okay, do you want to listen to this site? Because I have her whole thing pulled up here, but we're not, obviously it's fucking an hour long. We're not gonna, but I want to give you a little taste of what this girl is saying. And so you can be the judge. Okay, you could be the judge, and we'll break it down maybe, because we're, you know, trained therapists.
Of course. Yeah.
I found my psychiatrist, and he knew, and he kept me until I had the strength to leave after 4 years. Here it is, part 1. So I decided to go back on ADHD meds after many years of being off of them. I was on them in my early 20s to help me get through college. And then I went off of them because they just weren't, like, the side effects were too much over the benefits. But then in my late 20s, I read this book, Taking Charge of Adult ADHD, and it absolutely changed my life. For my fellow ADHDers, there's so many good things in here. And the biggest thing that I took away was that it's very important for ADHDers to be on meds. So I decided to make an appointment with a psychiatrist. I just Googled psychiatry in the city that I lived in, and I went with the first one that came up, and I got an appointment within a month. And then I booked a 90-minute intake, and I show up to the intake, and this man is my age, and I can't help but notice that he's pretty attractive, this psychiatrist. And he kept me anyway, part 2. So,
can you pause it for a second?
you know, I kind of clocked.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. Number 1. If you know that you need to go to someone that you're going to open up to, and you're going to get really intimate with, and the first day you walk in and you notice that he's attractive and you're single, go find someone else immediately. Seriously, like, that's kind of on her. Like me, like as a fitness coach, like if I were to take on a new client, right? And she was like crazy hot and super attractive, like, we're going to be very I'm going to be watching you grunt and sweat. I'm going to have to move your form. Like, yes, I'm professional enough that would never happen, but why do I want to even knock on that door? I would just kindly be like, hey, I don't think I'm the right coach for you. I need to go find, like, that's just, don't go looking for snakes. You might play around, you know?
Yeah. So, you know, you're absolutely right. So most people started getting a little bit sus around this part. Like, they're starting to, like, okay, all right, like, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, right?
Right.
So the people are like, all right, so, and he obviously can't defend himself, so we're just listening to her side of the story.
Okay.
That he was attractive in my age, but when I tell you that I've had a lot of couch time in my life, a lot of therapy, you know, I just went right into it. I trusted him enough, of course, why wouldn't I, to tell him about my childhood trauma, my daddy issues, if you will, what I had went through, all of the relationship trauma that I had. I was 6 months sober at this time, but like all of the drinking and substance use I used to do. And he just listened and nodded. And that's the thing about psychiatrists, is that they're good at pretending to listen. They can appear connected, but that doesn't mean that they're always connected. So I just felt really seen. And I also told him, I was like, look, I don't want to be on stimulant meds. So he listened to me and he put me on the non-stimulant ADHD med at the lowest dose just to figure out if it was going to work for me. Part 3. So I hadn't ever seen a psychiatrist before. When I was on meds in my early 20s, I only got meds from my primary care physician. So I didn't understand how psychiatry works. So because he was figuring out my med dose, I saw him every month, and he just made me feel like I was his friend. He was really, really funny and cracked jokes, and told me he was impressed with my running that I would do. And yeah. So, of course, I loved the attention that I got from him. And it was in my 3rd session with him, because at this point we were all on Zoom, that I asked him, I said, hey, do you mind if I call you by your first name? And he's Pakistani, so I said his first name wrong. And he said, well, it's pronounced this, but yes, of course you can. And he seemed so smug and happy with himself. And I know that that is because that was his first sign that him pretending like we're friends was working. And to be fair to me, I had only ever been to therapy before. I didn't realize that, it's important to call your doctor last name. I mean, I did know that. I did it with all my other doctors, but it just showed that the boundaries were blurring, and he liked that.
Can you pause it?
Thoughts?
She initiated this. She said, can I call you by your first name? So she obviously is the one fishing here. This I don't know this woman. I don't know the whole story, of course, but like she obviously admitted that she has had a history of like trauma and drug use and abuse. And from people that I know in my life that are addicts, one of the things that comes with being an addict is there's a lot of victim mentality, and it's everyone else's fault and not mine, and like, how dare they allow me to be here? And everything she's saying is a lot of him and he, and she just sounds like one of those people that's like kind of just has a victim mentality. So of course she's gonna seem like she's the one that's in the wrong, but like she already said, and he was attractive, we should have left. What is your real name? Like, what's your first name? You stop meddling where you don't need to be.
Yeah. And so it's a lot. The accountability.
Yeah.
The accountability. Yeah. Like you're fishing for her to take some, and you're just like, okay. Like, this is where is he becoming like overly predatory to you?
Yeah. Like already saying like a blanket statement about all psychiatrists, like they pretend to care. That's like so victim. It's like, no, they do care because they want to help you, but yeah, they're not your family. They have a million other clients that they have to care about in that hour. But at the end of the day, you're coming to them for a service and they're trying to help you. But when they go home, they're not sitting there going like, how is she doing? I hope she's doing all right. Like you can't do that as a professional.
No, you have to be able to cut off, because you have to be professional at a certain level. And there are there are gray areas between your therapist and whatever. Of course, it's nothing. It doesn't have to be all black and white, but at the same time, you still have to maintain those boundaries.
And no one's forcing you to be with a specific therapist. So that's why I'm saying, like, this is 100% on her, because she should know, like, if I'm starting to feel feelings for this guy or I'm attracted to him, like, you can leave, especially early, because you haven't even begun to create that rapport.
So far, all the meetings have been Zoom.
Oh my God. Yeah.
All have been Zoom meetings. So
she's probably just has a lot of trauma, and she has daddy issues, of course, and she obviously to drugs. Like, there's something really going on there. I think that she's probably maybe just starved for love and attention, and any attention she gets, especially from a guy that's listening to her vent about her feelings and is attractive, is going to signal to her brain that is probably, and I hate to say it, but it's like obviously been chemically changed from the things that she needs in her life. And by the way, ADHD is a dopamine thing. It is a lack of dopamine. That's why always looking for the new thing and not being able to concentrate it has to do with dopamine.
Right.
Dopamine hits are what ADHDers look for, i.e. drugs, i.e. love, i.e. attention. So and now putting this online, what do you think she's getting? Attention. It's just like, dude, this guy, I feel bad for this guy, but like she's just a heartbroken person.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's your theory is, your theories are what most of the people are.
Yeah.
Especially like actual professional psychiatrists.
On from my third session on, I started calling him his first name. And then he just started turning up the volume on us being friendly. And he would ask me, for the first 6 sessions, he asked me after the meds, he said, how's your to ask those questions. And then on our 6th session, when things were really, is there any thoughts of harm? Like I was special to him. And I said, no thoughts of harm. And he didn't ever ask me a clinical question again.
Nope. There we go. That's it. That's all I needed to hear. We're done. Anytime, dude, anytime nope. Hey, and case closed. Thank you so much. We're done. No, anytime I hear someone explain anything because of someone's astrological sign, I go, oh, so you don't live in reality. This is the end of our conversation. Have a great day. I will say, though, if we have to take what she's saying with a grain of salt, of course, because we don't hear his side. But if he did like kind of start talking about himself and what he's doing in his life, that might be a boundary that he maybe crossed that maybe he should take ownership for, because that's not something you're not there. He's there for her to help her with her life. She doesn't need to know like that's
yeah. If that's true, it's just like, because I've done therapy before, and like the only time that my therapist would ever talk about herself was if when she
showed me her tits. What do you think of these, Shane?
So inappropriate.
You're like, well, therapy lady name.
Well,
they look nice today, and actually,
hey,
I feel so much better.
A lot of more people would go to therapy if that was the case.
For real.
Come on. Hey.
OnlyFans therapy? Let's go.
Dude, the market's there. The market is there.
Topless therapy?
Topless therapy. I think we cracked the code, man. I think we just saved a whole bunch of lives.
Yeah, we did.
Are you proud of yourself?
I am proud of myself. Well, I hope this lady gets the help that she needs, because.
So we'll go a little bit further. We don't have to go through the whole thing, but I want to get to the part where he starts putting up boundaries, because I want to get to the part where, because there is a part where she actually tells him and actually throws hints at him that she likes him. And he kind of shuts it down.
And be able to go deep with my feelings, but that doesn't mean that he wasn't extracting from them. Anyway, so I would beg him to let me see him every week. Beg him, because my therapist at the time, he was fine. He wasn't a predator, but he was fine. He just wasn't doing very much for me.
Oh, you mean he wasn't attractive?
So
okay.
That therapist retired, and I got a new therapist. And this new therapist, who is a 75-year-old woman with a PhD, she was pretty helpful. So I stopped asking my psychiatrist, begging, honestly, to be my therapist and let me see him more, right? Which also should have been a red flag. But then I started focusing on this therapist. However, I would tell the therapist how obsessed I was with my psychiatrist, and she didn't do anything about it. She just was interested. She also loved stories about my dating life. She also was getting supply from me in her own way, but that's for another part. So yes, so I got a new therapist who actually helped me. She taught me CBT, EFT, while he was giving me these little
Irfan.
See? And so she names him. So that's a problem.
I was really impressed. See me weekly, and that is when and kind and wonderful and let me in on little parts of his life and like to manipulate me and get me hooked. And guess what? It worked. In January of 2024, I was hit by a car turning left as I was going. Is that I showed up and I told him that I may be internally bleeding, and he didn't stop the appointment. Emergency care now. He let me continue and just tell him about how much I loved him. Pouring myself out because he was so good at the
Hang on. Hang on.
Me. I didn't realize at this time that he had feelings for me too. I thought I was holding them all by myself.
Anyway, so like this is a fascinating story because then she gets into like how she gets a boyfriend during all this, and she starts intimating with her psychiatrist that she's not satisfied with her current boyfriend, and she, and that's when things get that it's just it's a fascinating tale. And I'm all about it. I'm all about the therapist like breaking it all down and like just.
What if none of this actually happened?
Well,
like
here's the thing. It's like
did,
like I feel like since he's been doxxed at this point, now it's very easy to figure out who he is, and he can't. Like I feel like he should be able to defend himself at this point, like to tell him exactly what his side of the story is. Because like, again, if you're out there calling people predators, and like, and like legitimately accusing them of something like this, again, requires extraordinary evidence,
right?
And because like I think he has full rights to sue her. Like, if none of that is true, like,
or he might just be biding his time and letting her like kind of dig her own grave. Because like already, this is the first time I've seen this. Already, I can tell that she's got some deep issues that like, And it's unfortunate when people are like this, but I don't believe anything she says.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, you're looking to be a victim. So, and I don't even know if what you're saying he said is how he meant it to be, like the whole like, and he just let me bleed internally. I don't know how what if you were like, oh, I got hit by a car, like I'm probably like internally bleeding or something, like a joke. And I would be like, yeah, okay, that's
Right.
oh, I hope not.
Exactly.
Like, go get checked, you know. But she's like, and he let me bleed.
And like there's a part where she's wearing those. You notice that she's wearing those turtle shell glasses.
Yeah.
She says like, you know, I'm still wearing these glasses because that's his favorite.
Yeah.
And
so
I'm like, and I think that's
so
when a lot of
desperately.
people started like, wait a minute, this guy's a predator. This guy, you know, did all these horrible things to you, take advantage of you in his position of power. Yet you're still wanting to impress him.
Right.
Like that's a little weird.
And I think the great American poet John Mayer summed it up perfectly in the song Daughters. And it's true. Fathers, be good to your daughters, because daughters will live like you do, you know?
Yeah.
Because girls become mothers turned into lovers or whatever. Girls become lovers turned into mothers. So fathers, be good to your daughters too.
And be good to your
And-
sons.
Right.
Just
Fuck them.
They're
fine.
Yeah. Who cares?
We need toxic
Who gives a
masculinity.
shit?
Yeah.
I was talking. I said that to a coworker the other day. I was like, you know what holiday people don't give a shit about? Father's Day. No one gives a shit. Like no one cares about Father's Day.
Oh, you want a day off? Why? So we can starve? Get back to work, you fucking pussy. We need food on this table. You don't get a day off. You're going to work until you get cancer and die early. Oh, you're sad? Oh, you're sick? Oh, you're hurt? Too bad. There's a war. Get in line.
Yeah, no one cares, man. No one cares about fathers. They're the most important part of the family, I argue.
Oh, well, let me, and hey, this is controversial, and I'm going to say this, and I've said this enough, and sometimes I stump people, and I'm a giant idiot. Let me preface it with that. Now, let's say you and I go to a restaurant.
Does it matter what
No, it doesn't
restaurant
matter.
we're going to?
We're at a restaurant, right? The food comes out. It's excellent. And if something's really good, classically you would say compliments to the chef, right? Now, what does the chef do? It takes the ingredients. It mixes them together. It gets it all prepared. And then what does the chef do to cook it? It puts it in the oven, correct? Now, when a meal is delicious and it comes to your table and you go, that was amazing, compliments to that convection oven you got back there. No, it's compliments to the chef, because the chef creates and gives to the oven where the oven makes. So
it
basically,
took me a second to figure out what you were talking about here. Like, oh, okay. We're talking.
So basically, what I'm saying,
we're talking about sperm. I understand what you're saying now.
So fathers are the chefs, and the mothers are just a mere Viking oven. A Frigidaire oven. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Relax. Everyone relax.
They're both equally
They're
important.
both equally important.
Yeah, but
Yes. Compliments to the whole kitchen staff. All right.
I do, but like, dude, I think it's evident. Like, I think it's quite evident that if you don't have a father in the home, like, like a son doesn't know discipline. A girl would do what girls do that don't have fathers, which we're quite aware of, and it's plenty of jokes, whatever. But the sons is what actually concerns me the most, because like once they grow up to be a man, like, and then now they have man muscles and a man brain and a man ability to get like a weapon, like.
But they're still just an angry little boy.
They're still just an angry little boy that had no direction, and so like. You can make the argument that you need that. I think it's quite apparent that you need that male figure in a family. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying if you have a same-sex marriage, it's fine. It's awesome. But
yeah.
I do think that you need that
energy.
Energy, yes, you need that assertive energy in in a marriage and a family. Because
Sure.
if both parents are passive, then I think you still get the kind of same results, right? Maybe I don't know. I'm not a freaking.
Well, just think about the kids that we know or friends that we know that grew up without dads. They kind of have this like through line. There's something missing. There's like they didn't get the instruction manual to life, and they're kind of just figuring it out, Yeah. But the same the other way, like I imagine, say your mom was addicted to drugs and gave birth to you and died, and you were raised by your dad. I'm for sure you're missing something from not having a mother energy too. If you're just raised by a dude, you're
Same.
probably like barely a human. You're probably like a wild animal, You don't know how to cook or clean or do anything except just like pull your wiener out and run around.
And speaking of which, I know this is kind of off subject, but kind of not. We just watched 10 Things I Hate About You last night.
Oh, such a good movie.
Such a good movie. Still holds
Heath.
up. One of my favorite characters in that whole movie is the single dad.
Yeah.
And him trying to wrangle his 2 teenage daughters.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
it's just so funny. And he's obviously so protective over them because they're their mom. And what's crazy about that story is that I don't think it's told. I don't think their mother dies. I think they say like when mother left. And so I don't think they indicate that the mother is like passed away or anything like that. I think
she's just a deadbeat mom.
Yeah, and you never hear about that.
No, you don't.
But it happens.
Sure. Oh yeah.
It
but
happens.
Deadbeat dads are usually.
Yeah.
You want to know why? It's because we got to get out of there. We got stuff to do. We gotta be around there.
I'll be right back. I gotta get some cigarettes.
Yeah. Dad, you left 20 years ago. Yeah.
But I will say, like, I think every comedian that's just incredibly funny. Well, I don't know. I think a lot of comedians had broken homes.
Oh yeah,
a
lot of trauma in the comedian. Comedian,
like so that that's one good thing that's come out of
Yeah. Thanks
for
the trauma.
Fathers leaving.
Dads. Yeah. We should. I wonder if there's like some sort of sponsorship we can get for like fathers across America. Keep fathers in the home. Canceled. We're canceled.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
I think that's a good episode. What do you think? Is there anything else that we need to talk about? Is there anything that you wanted that's pertinent to you right now that we need to get into before we exit stage left?
No, we talked about the most important things. Limp Bizkit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
And that's it. That's it. All right then. Well, if that is it, we're gonna end this show. I appreciate everyone that has listened, all 2 of you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Mom. Thank you so much.
Tell a friend, but maybe warn them a little bit that what they're going to get into so they're not blindsided.
Yeah. That's it. Follow the socials. Late for band practice. Do that. Follow the YouTube channel, and that's
we'll see you.
We'll see you next time. Go get some greenies. Or greens, super greens. Get
the worst friend ever. Green session.
Go get green session.
Go get some greenies.
Well, maybe I would know it better if I had some in my house.
Okay, you're right. No, you're right.
Worst
That's
friend
on me.
ever.
I know, I'm bad. Well,
all right. I'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.